So here we are again, interviewing an artist of the day. Hopefully you've been watching the YouTube videos that we've been posting. So far we've got a lot of positive feedback. They are actually going great. So keep watching for all the new interviews coming and all the new videos that we're going to be showing. We're also going to be posting the video of the VIA awards ceremony. That's coming up this Friday, September 9th. We're very excited about that. So that whole ceremony will be available for view here in the very near future. So today we have Sanaz Rafi. She is actually an assistant gallerist here at Tranquility Fine Arts. She's also one of our artists and has sold works through here. She's beginning to build a fan base here with her work. Lots of people loves her work. She is also an art teacher. She teaches art classes through here and outside of the gallery as well. So welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about you and your background.
First, thank you for having me here. And my background, back to when I was in middle school, I started to do art, but because I had very good teacher in that time, and she encouraged me to do art. And since that time, I couldn't leave art in all my life. And I was in art school when I was in my country for 3 years, but actually it wasn't continuous. I was just for a year, and then after years I back again to art school. But the total was 3 years, and 1 year in drawing and 2 years painting, and with different media. But it's get very serious for me since 5 years ago, because always I did art when I worked full time, and it was always art has always been with me despite of everything else in my life. And yeah, this is my background.
So you are self-taught. You had a teacher, but not the college degree in arts like many artists have. So you had some private teaching.
Yes.
And then a lot of self-taught. Your degree is actually in something else, right?
Yeah, exactly, yes. My degree is totally different. As I got my bachelor and my master in law. My master's is in environmental law, and actually I have experience long time in just working in law. But again, art was always with me in all my life, and but my field is really different.
Well, good. And when you and I met, you were considering other jobs, other degrees, right? You were taking some classes, I believe, paralegal. But because the art is just who you are and a part of your heart, that you've really gone that direction.
Yeah, because I moved to US 2015, and I had planned to continue my education here in law. And I went to the college, I got some paralegal programs, and I finished that. But after years, and I see, but something sometimes happen to your life. It looks is not good, but they bring something good for you. But COVID was for me like that, because I was very busy that time, and I was in college and I worked full time. And but when I got COVID in 2020, I was 2 weeks in my room in quarantine. And in that time, I had time to just think about myself and what I want to do. And that's why I said COVID brought something good for me, because I thought about that. I was very busy before that. I had time to think about what I really want to do. And in that time, I started to think about that. And then I said, now I find I really want to do what I really like and what I enjoy. Because life is short. I don't have a long time, maybe. I don't know about that. And after that, I start to just focus more on art, and I left everything. Yeah, I mean, in the other things like my field I did before, and law and paralegal. And then I met you here, and I appreciate really you. I could work with you in here, and I really enjoy to work here as an art teacher or as an assistant gallerist, and I really like that, and that helped me to just focus on what I really like. And teaching is one more thing I really like, and that's why I start to translate everything I learned in my country in art. And then I thought maybe teaching can help me to review everything for myself, and always like update my knowledge. And that's why I started, since 5 years ago I started to teach art. And one thing it was very important for me, it was because I believe teach art to kids are very important, because I believe the way you learn them, you teach them and they learn, it's very important, because the art teacher can lead students to right way or wrong way. And yeah, that's why I always improve my knowledge and can teach students better. Yeah.
Well, I do believe you're very good at that. I know you've done at least one class with some of my grandsons, and they still talk about how much fun they had with that. And my oldest will still say, I'm a professional artist now.
Yeah.
I am a professional artist now.
Nice.
So you have a connection with the kids, but also the adults. I know you've taught some classes as well for adults, and I believe if your heart is in it, you will be good at it.
Exactly.
You have to gain the knowledge, you have to practice, you have to put the work in. But because your heart is in this, then
right.
Then it's definitely the right path for you. So
yes, I teach adults and kids both, but I think for children is more important, because you lead them to the artist journey. And it's because I believe my teacher in middle school encouraged me, and I believe teacher can encourage the kids to be an artist in the future.
Tell us a little bit about your process. So you work with acrylics and oils and watercolors, and that's a rarity. Most artists will choose one or the other, or they may work with acrylics and oils, but watercolor, that's a whole different skill set. So tell us a little bit about your process when you're doing your art.
Yes, I start in art school. I started with drawing because my teacher at that time, he believed drawing is very important and the basic of the painting. And I believe too. And I start with drawing with different media, with charcoal, regular pencil, graphite pencils, and dry pastel. And I really like drawing. And after time, then I start to do oil. And I really love oil. And I have many oil painting. on canvas, and but it's it take longer time to get dry, and usually I work in 2 or 3 pieces at the same time to let one of them get dry and working on the other one. And then when I was in art school, I used to do watercolor too, but it's very weird because that time I didn't really like watercolor. I just did because we had to do in that time in arts class, and but sometimes just I did watercolors by myself. I just practiced sometimes, and after that I went to acrylic, and especially when I started to teach, because I found acrylic it works better with my students than oil. Oil gets hard especially for kids, and when I started to do acrylic, I found that's maybe better, and I was very excited about to do with acrylic. It's a little bit different of oil, and but still I didn't work very seriously on watercolor, but just sometimes I did by myself. But one day again when I was in quarantine when I got COVID, I did just because the first thing I did that time, I took my art stuffs to take to my room when I was in quarantine. I practiced a lot over there, and I started to practice with watercolor and send that to my very good friend who is in my country. And she said, "Oh, this is awesome. Maybe you can work more on watercolor." And I said, "What?" And I started to work on watercolor, and I said, "Yes, it's because," she said, "maybe you can show yourself better in watercolor and what you have inside yourself and in your head." And then I started to do more and more, and I said, "Yeah, it's the first time you need to control the colors, but then you can just leave the colors goes in watercolors." And then I really like watercolors, and I see some of my students really interested in to learn about watercolors, and now I have many watercolors artworks, and I really like to do that.
Well, good. I know you brought in some new works here, so we now have some of your watercolors here, as well as some of your other paintings. This one behind us are these acrylics or are these oils?
This one is acrylic. Yeah, okay. Both of them are acrylic. That one on the top is a mixed media acrylic with dry pastel.
Okay.
I usually work on landscape. Most of my paintings are in landscape, but I started I like to paint something between realism and abstract. I try to paint something between them. And long time ago, most of my paintings was landscape, but I start to change a little bit to different things. Now I have something different. Yeah.
Well, good.
Most of them are landscape.
Well, landscapes is definitely something that we still get a lot of call for. And then I think the difference between the painting and the photograph of a beautiful landscape is how the artist will add additional details or kind of make that artistic judgment of the balance and the composition. So landscapes is definitely something that I hope you'll continue to do as well. So tell us a little bit about your goals. So if anyone's watching this video, and I choose to believe that they will be, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what is it that you want people to know about you, about your artwork, about your teaching?
Yeah, I believe all artists, they have something specific just for themselves, and they have their own idea, their own journey, own way. But for me, first thing, I believe nature is and the best teacher for all artists, I think. And I learned a lot from nature. Sometimes when I go walking in a mountain or, in a nature, or just I think about that. Just I walk and look at everything, as natures are inspire for all artists, This is very important for me, and always trees was important for me, I love trees. And when I moved here, and I really love because of the nature, because I see, a lot of trees are everywhere. And I really like that. And nature inspired me a lot. And I can say just for be a good artist, we need to see better, watch everything better. I always tell my students the very important thing is your eyes, because the things you can do first thing is just watch around of yourself very well. And it's really important, I think, for artists, and that can be help all artists. And yep, that's it.
Well, I agree with you. I think nature is very important.
You're right.
I think a lot of inspiration comes. There's just so much beauty around us. So
yes, and always was for me, inspired me. And and the very important thing is just look at around of you very carefully, very just about everything, the colors, the sky. And sometimes when I look at the sky and I see the different colors, especially in sunset or sunrise, you can see even pink, purple. Sometimes I said, if I paint exactly like this, maybe the people can't believe it's from the real sky. It's very different purples, pinks, But it's always because usually I painting of my pictures, what I took pictures, my photos, and that's why it's very important for me just look at around of myself and take pictures about everywhere.
Well, we definitely appreciate you being with us today, and I look forward to, we're going to be doing a lot of really cool things here at the gallery, a lot of events. We're even beginning to schedule featured artist events for next year, starting in the spring and on. I've got 3 artists who are confirming dates. So my plan is that we keep growing.
Good.
And that you grow with us. And because I truly believe that we are an artist family.
Right.
And so I'm very thankful for the opportunity to help people get to know you and your work and your background.
Thank you so much of you, and you have me here. Just I wanted to tell one more thing for the last one to all children or the young artists. Just if you really like art and painting, just keep doing that. Just don't wait for somebody or something, or because just you can do this by yourself. Don't wait for anybody or anything, because I didn't have anybody in my life to encourage me to do that. Even I have somebody, they tell, no, you can't do that. But I just keep doing that. I didn't give up, and it was hard for me sometimes. I get upset many times, but I never give up, and I just keep doing that. Even sometimes I thought maybe I'm not good in that, I can't be good artist, but I practice more. And I want to tell all the young artists, practice is an important thing. And I always remind myself, Sanaz, you need to practice every day. Yeah, but good luck on all artists.
Thank you.